Hey everyone, Dana here. Sometimes when it comes to the German language, what am I trying to say? Sometimes I have used a word or a phrase in German. I have used it. And I didn't actually realize that I knew that word or phrase before I used it. And so upon using it, sometimes I'm surprised or confused because I didn't really realize that I knew that word before I used it. It has happened to me a few times recently, and I've jotted down some examples to share in this video. So that's what I'm gonna do now. First example, the other day. That sparked something else that I've been thinking about. The other day, this I find so helpful in English because the other day, to me, that can mean yesterday. It can mean a week ago. The other day, to me, can also mean a few months ago. When I use the other day, I'd like to talk about the event and that's what I'd like to share. But when the event actually happened, not really so important to me. I'm not sure how to say this in German though. It's not vor ein paar Tagen because that's, a few days ago. It's just the other day. So if you have any thoughts on how to say the other day in German, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Okay, so the other day, when writing an email in German, I was clicking along when suddenly I found myself writing zum Anfang for initially. And as soon as I wrote it, I was confused because I was like, wait, what is zum Anfang? I didn't know this term, and yet I had just written it. And I was like, what is this? And so I went to look it up and I found that the actual term is a little different. The actual phrase is zu Anfang, so without the M, and it means initially, which is exactly what I had wanted to say, but I didn't know that I knew the phrase zu Anfang. I didn't know that, but apparently I did because I used it. And the thing is, there are other phrases that I know that I could have used, like anfangs or zuerst. Those words have been in my vocabulary for years, and I know that I know them, but I didn't use them. I used or tried to use zu Anfang, and yet I didn't know that I knew it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about here. Okay, here's another example. I can't remember anymore in exactly what context this happened, but I said to Stefan something like, oder sie fügt über etwas. And after I said it, Stefan was confused. I was confused. I stopped and was like, Stefan, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say something. What am I trying to say? Something like fügt über for to have, to own, fügt über. What am I trying to say? And he was like, verfügt über? And I was like, yes, exactly, verfügt über. Oder sie verfügt über. And then I went on with whatever I had been saying. But the thing is, I didn't know that I knew that phrase. And again, there are other words that I've had in my vocabulary for years, like besitzt, oder sie besitzt, which is the German word for own, that I know. Or I could have used the German word hat, which means like he or she has. And I could have used that word, but I didn't. I tried to use verfügt über. Recently, one time I wasn't even speaking or otherwise using German. I was just going about my life when a German phrase popped into my mind that, again, I didn't know I knew. And this time, I didn't know what it meant either. I had no idea what it meant. I had picked it up somewhere, but I didn't know the meaning of the word. It was in Erwägung gezogen, which I then learned after looking it up means something like to take something into consideration. This, by the way, also has happened to me in English. Just this morning, in fact, the morning that I filmed this video, the word copacetic popped into my head. And I was like, copacetic, okay, I know that's an English word, I've heard of it, but I can't tell you what it means. I forgot what it means. I looked it up. Copacetic, looked it up, something like ausgezeichnet in German. So my question for you is, Had you ever heard of the word copacetic? And also, have you ever experienced something similar to what I talked about in this video, in any language? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. For more content from me, you can follow me over on my Instagram at Wanted Adventure. I usually do my Instagram stories in German, and I usually make little English subtitles for them. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.